number 1, Amaya White. 5'4" junior, number 3, Jayla Oliver. 5'5" junior, number 23, Marina Grado. And a 5'8" junior, number 30, Mia Johnson. The assistant coaches, Brianna Brinson, William Battles, and David Williams. And the head coach of the Gators, Curtis Williams. The officials for tonight's game, Carla Smith, Doug Patterson, and
It's Tuesday night, so that means it's a doubleheader here at Gateway High School. Welcome, everyone. We're just seconds away from tip. Two girls teams looking to take a step forward. Another important section matchup here for the Gateway Gators as they take on the Franklin Regional Panthers here on NFHS. Hello and welcome, everyone. Vince Russo on the call for both the boys and girls actions tonight. We'll start with the latter first, and the former will tip off around 7:30. And again, this should be a good one between two section foes that have had a tough start to the season but are looking to try and track down that 4th seed for the playoffs. Tip is in play. Ball almost turned over there, and the Panthers will try to go to work in the half court. Shot up early. That one no good, and a foul coming in quickly there. Laying the boom after the shot was no good. Following it up there was Angelina Brush, one of the starting 5 here for the Panthers, including Brooke Shermer, Sarah Penrod, the aforementioned Brush, Sophia Yanaga, and Sophia Ritz. On the other side for the Gators, it's their usual starting lineup here tonight. Amaya White, Lexi Margolis, Jayla Oliver, Marina Grado. There's a shot off the mark there for the Gators, and Jamela Bailey. Or rather, Mia Johnson. But Jamela Bailey sure to factor in. A nice takeaway there. Clear path to the hoop. And it's Grado with the first points here. Grado has really stepped up. Led the team in scoring the other night. Big win, their first of the season over Penn Hills. You'll see the Gators going zone here early to start. Going to try and force the Panthers to shoot their way out of it. That one off of the front of the rim, no good. Good rebound there. Maya White gets it out to Lexi Margolis. Margolis going to hold off and allow the Gators to get into their half-court offense. Push underneath. Second foul on the Panthers. Just one bucket here in the early going. This foul on the floor will result in the ball getting thrown in. 3-point shot, a good look there, but couldn't get it to fall. Ball pops out. Offensive rebound, but no good there. Still fighting around for it. The Panthers come away with it now. Now in transition, going up strong, laying it in. A nice take there. Sarah Penrod with the first points for Franklin Regional. So 2 minutes in, knotted at 2. Good ball movement. They'll get it inside. Wide open is White. Layup's no good. Good offensive rebound. They'll get it back to White. White able to draw the foul there. And she'll go to the line. We'll see her first free throw attempts on the evening. So the Gators 1-6 on the season thus far. 1-3 in section play. Their momentum of their first win of the season was short-lived as the Gators fell hard to Latrobe the other night, 63-35. Panthers on the other end, 5-7, but just 1-4 in section play as the first free throw there, no good. So after starting the season 3-1 overall, Panthers just 6-2 in their past 8. Second free throw is good. Gators are back out in front, and Amaya White registers her first point on the evening. Turnover here, second steal in the early going by Grado. She goes up strong. Can't get the bucket to fall, but a nice steal. And she'll earn a trip to the line for 2.
Fouls on 10 of the Panthers. Rush. Grado at
Gators' first is good, extends the lead to 2. First substitution comes for the Panthers. Checking in will be Avery Musto, 5'6" forward. Second one no good for Grado, but she leads all scorers with 3 of the 6 overall points scored between the two teams here. Errant pass there as Penrod was looking to get that one in to Yanaga. And Sophia unable to come up with that one, so possession back to the Gators, 4-2. Good pass inside and a good finish there. Gators with another quick 2 there. First bucket on the evening there for Mia Johnson. Now another turnover in the backcourt.
Mia Johnson
Possession.
on that basket.
Arrow will point toward the Gators. So they've got a chance to extend this run, starting to build a little separation here in the early going. Jayla Oliver running the point. Franklin Regional now switches to his zone as well. Good ball movement quick. Margolis passes on the shot, but they'll get it back to her. She'll take it this time, and that one just on top of the rim there. Good look. A good block at the other end. Lexi Margolis says no. And now intercepted. Margolis now coming the other way. Her and Grado looking great defensively here early. See if they can transition that into offense. They'll swing it around, open look. This is everything. And the lead stays at 4 for the moment. Panthers looking to cut into that. Open look from 3. He's off the rim. That ball still loose. Panthers come up with it. Now it's taken away. Grado has a clear path to the hoop. And she finishes with the left hand. That'll force the Panthers to take a timeout.
Franklin Regional.
Grado with 5 points here in the early going. 3 steals, making life very difficult for the Panthers offensively. And they transition those points, those turnovers rather, into points. So halfway through our first quarter here. And the Gators looking for their second win in 3 tries under head coach Curtis Williams. Again, another big game if they want to hang around that 4 seed. There's a log jam of teams with either 1 or 2 wins in section play as we take a look at the standings overall. Greensburg-Salem there, that 4th seed at 2-1. A win would put the Gators at 2-3 and within striking distance of that top 4. See, they fell to Latrobe the other day. Latrobe, McKeesport, Woodland Hills, all teams that have pedigree and are expected to make a run. All teams with size inside as well. We've talked about it on previous broadcasts. A couple injuries, including Becca Ryan in the offseason. And so Gators lacking a little bit of depth inside, but Margolis and Grado trying to make up for that on their own. They've been strong here to start. It'll be the first foul against the Gators there. That one's going to go against Jamela Bailey.
Number 24.
Bailey, the 5'5" junior guard, picks up her first foul. First team foul for the Gators. Already 4 team fouls here in the opening 4 minutes and 8 seconds for the Panthers. Quick inbound, open look from 3. They'll miss everything, but Panthers able to keep it in. They'll get another look from 3. No good. Panthers can't connect early. They've had some big games from the perimeter. Avery Musto made 5 3-pointers and scored 16 points in the season opening win over Laurel Highlands. So far, no dice. Grado gonna try from deep. That one in, out, and back in. And Grado, for the second time in as many weeks here at home, having a big first quarter. She was a big reason why the Gators started with a 19-5 run against the Penn Hills Indians. Now responding at the other end. There's Musto right on cue. We talked about how she's able to knock them down. Missed the last attempt, gets this one to fall. She's 1 for 2. And the lead is back to 6. Another foul against the Panthers here.
Panther foul, number 33, Sophia Wrights.
So Sophia Wrights picks that one up. Fifth foul now.
Into the Panther lineup.
As the Panthers have just one foul left to give here in the first quarter. And more importantly, you get some key players. This is a young team. There's no seniors on this roster for Franklin Regional. So not a ton of depth, or rather experience at the varsity level. Grado going to pull the trigger again. That one, the heat check, just off the mark. But Grado with 8 of the Gators, 11 points here to start.
Number 20, Anela Jordan.
Anela Jordan now checking in, is here for the PA announcers. They'll get the ball in to Jordan. The Gators doing a good job moving the ball quickly around this zone. That pass off the mark, but they'll get it to Margolis, who's wide open from 3, and she connects.
Margolis for 3.
Alexia Margolis with her first field goal of the evening. That one's a tray, and the lead is now 9. Grado, or rather Margolis, almost getting the steal there again. Now Grado getting a hand in the passing lane. It's tipped away. They'll get it up court quickly, and Margolis is swatted. A nice block there. As coming over top there was Torin Fulton, who has seen minutes as a freshman, has made a name for herself at Franklin Regional for her rebounding ability. Standing at 6 foot tall, the freshman.
White, back for the Gators.
But possession will stay with the Gators. Under their own offensive hoop. Get it in quickly and go to work. Margolis going to turn, shoot again, almost was able to get that one to go down. Offensive rebound off the mark. Fulton comes away with it. And now foul underneath.
Gator foul, number 1, Amaya White.
So Amaya White picks up her first. It's the second team foul against
number
the Gators.
10, Rush. Back for the Panthers.
Panthers looking to learn a new system under Coach Bernie Puka. They were just 5-10 last season, including a rough 1-8 section record. Like we said, his team started out 3-0 on the season, went 2-0 at the Fayette County Coaches Tournament.
Panthers.
As Franklin Regional needs to call a timeout there. They have had just a ton of issues with the full court pressure that the Gators have been applying here. So 14-5, second straight home game we've seen the Gators build a formidable lead in the first quarter as we look at their schedule. Coming off a loss at Latrobe, but last week here at home on NFHS, we saw the Gators hold on. They had a big lead at the half, saw it trim down. There's our home stretch. Looking forward. Still a lot of basketball to play. Excited to bring you more of it here at NFHS. As things looking good for the Gators here to start. Scoring the basketball, but more importantly, completely suffocating on defense. Have allowed just 2 made field goals thus far and have forced the Panthers into a myriad of perimeter shots. They'll get it into Penrod. She tries to drive through everyone and almost gets that one to fall. So Margolis gets it to Grado the other way. Grado thought about the shot, the extra pass, and that one hits the rim and is no good. Good look there by Jamela Bailey, and now once again a held ball, but possession will stay with Franklin Regional this time. Boy, the Panthers just having a whale of a time trying to get this ball down the court and into the half-court offense. Stifling pressure from the Gators here early on. We talked about the Gators starting slow last season. Started 0-6 before winning 7 of their last 11. Makes you think that Coach Williams, if this team's able to put together a nice performance today, might be able to stockpile some momentum and recreate similar circumstances.
Foul, number 24, Jamela Bailey. Number 23,
Jamella Bailey picks up her second foul. We'll likely see her check off.
Number 21.
Torin Fulton heads to the line for her first free throws.
Denasia
James will check in for the Gators. Log her first minutes this evening. As Fulton goes 2 for 2 at the charity stripe to bring the lead down to 7. Cut the bleeding. As the Panthers have struggled to score the basketball here early. Margolis dribbles to the corner, able to get herself out of a potential trap situation. Turns it over there though, miscommunication. A nice take there at the other end, but the shot no good. Offensive rebound. Angelina Brush unable to put it down, and now drawing the foul underneath is Sarah Penrod. Penrod will earn herself a trip to the line. This clock is still running here. They'll have to fix that. Probably at about 50 to 55 seconds left on there. Clock stopped at 44. They'll put 10 seconds back on.
Number 21, James. Number 4, Penrod, shooting 2.
Denasia James checks in, picks up her first foul. And Penrod will head to the line. First one up and good. So the Panthers using the free throw line to try and
35,
themselves back into this one.
Lineup.
Panthers made their first 3 free throws here to start. Second one hangs on the rim for a second, but falls. Penrod with 2 big points there. She now has 4. And the Gators will go back to work. Again, able to get the ball through the pressure, through the press, relatively easy. The shot off the mark. Now here come the Panthers. Fulton fakes the shot. They'll get it out wide. Off the mark. So now the Gators will hold for the last shot of the first quarter. See if they can't build on this 5-point lead. Ball gets away. Turnover. Now Franklin Regional has it. 12 seconds. No numbers. They'll get it out wide to Penrod. Penrod shoots the 3. That one no good. Gators have it. Will they be able to get a shot off? 3 seconds left. 1 second left. And that shot is short. But another productive first quarter here at home for the Gators as they lead 14-9 on top of Franklin Regional, led by 8 points from Marina Grado. Big 3-point bucket from Lexi Margolis. Amaya White with 1 point. And a 2-point bucket by Mia Johnson. A little bit of a run there. Last 4 points, all from the free throw line, coming for the Panthers as they find a way to bring themselves back in within a half dozen. Take a look at their schedule. Started out the season 3-1 before really running into some tough contests. A very good Woodland Hills team. Got beat heavily by LA Trobe, and certainly a lot of season left for them as well. It's both of these teams trying to position themselves to have a chance to qualify for the postseason. Last year was an open tournament, as we know. This year will not be. The top 4 teams in each section will qualify for the postseason. Gators looking to give themselves a chance to be one of those teams here. A second victory would be huge. See if they can pull it off here. As they lead by 5 to start the second quarter. Errant pass there, that one off the mark. Grado, though, able to kind of just knuckle it over toward Jayla Oliver, but Oliver, who was running the point there, once again unable to come up with it. So one of the first few turnovers we've seen from the Gators. The Panthers looking to keep this run up. It's Grado once again getting a hand in the passing lane. She has been just lethal. Floater here. They're going to call a foul there. Looks like may have been some contact on the arm, so it'll be a shooting foul there.
Gator foul, number 30, Mia Johnson. Number 2, Shermer, shooting 2.
So Mia Johnson picks up the foul. That'll be her first. As Brooke Shermer heads to the line. Shermer missed some time with an injury earlier this season. You see the brace there on the right leg. She'll miss both free throws there, but Fulton using that size there at 6 feet, throws it away. Gators come up with it, now they give it away. And it'll be a held ball. There's a little bit of frustration showing through there for Mia Johnson. She almost lost that one, was able to get the tie up, but possession arrow stays with the Gators. So we're still looking for our first points here in the second quarter. Just 42 seconds in here on NFHS. Now we've got a little bit of confusion in the conference at the scorer's table. Looks like after all it will be Franklin Regional ball. So Johnson, even though she was able to force the held ball, will result in a turnover. Now we'll get into Fulton. Fulton has it stripped away immediately. Good job there by Amaya White. Now it's Jayla Oliver. The other end, the scoop shot. That hook shot no good. Penrod able to come up with it. She gets it taken away. She'll get frankly bailed out there as a late whistle called on Mia Johnson. Johnson going to pick up her second foul of the quarter here.
A foul is on 30, Mia Johnson.
So the Gators with 6 now. The next foul they commit will send Franklin Regional into the bonus, but they'll get a 1-and-1. Shermer now going to orchestrate the offense. As both teams unable to find the scoreboard here in the early going of this second quarter. Another floater there off the mark. Good job by the Gators getting hands up and passing lanes in the zone, and overall just contesting every single shot, not allowing any open looks. And now a mental lapse there is Grado with the 10-second call. She's been excellent so far tonight, but was talking to the coaching staff and just lost focus there for a few seconds. So the Panthers trying to crawl back into this one. That three-point shot just off the mark, and Margolis with a strong rebound. They'll get it to Grado quickly. Pulls it back, gets it back to Margolis, who's wide open. She has 1-3 already, and that one dances right off of the rim, and it's pulled away. And they'll call it a held ball. So this time the possession will stay with the Gators. Foul there, offensive foul.
Fouls on 30, Johnson.
That's the third on Johnson just in this quarter alone. I think that she will take a seat. She does. So that's a bit of a loss for the Gators as Johnson, one of the few post players, interior players rather, that the Gators have. Not a ton of size inside. So the Panthers starting to get into the groove offensively. The Gators still not allowing any easy looks there. Good ball movement by the Panthers. Doesn't result in a score. Margolis the other way. She's going to drive in transition. She'll lay it up. And that's a beautiful touch there on the layup. So Margolis now with 5, and the lead is back up to 7. Another held ball here. Possession will stay with the Panthers. The arrow will move to the Gators.
Penrod back for the Panthers.
Sarah Penrod checks back in for Franklin Regional, which stares down the 7-point deficit here. Ball stolen away once again by Grado. Now it's Margolis. Numbers for the Gators. They'll leave it off. Jayla Oliver lays it up and in.
Jayla Oliver.
Great pass there by Margolis. Just as good of a finish by Oliver. And here we go again. Another turnover. Numbers once again going up strong. And that one just a bit off of the mark. Amaya White, the junior, trying to go coast to coast on that one. The lead is up to 9, and now pressure once again. Panthers getting sped up by the Gators, and now the pass is off the mark. Franklin Regional looking all out of sorts against the Gators team that has been swarming defensively and turning those points into turning those turnovers into transition buckets. Good patience by the Gators offensively, not forcing anything. Really gotten their fair share of good looks. So they get it into Grado. Quick pass, and Margolis unable to knock down the three. She hit her first, but has missed her last two. As again, Grado comes up with the steal. She's going to try and split two defenders. That one, no call. Looked like she absorbed a lot of contact there. Was unable to finish, and now once again, it's Penrod trying to go down the court. She lays it up off the rim, and it's cleaned up by Fulton. Thorin Fulton now with 4.
4-2, timeout, Gators.
Head coach Curtis Williams wants to take a second to look things over as the pace got frantic there, and both teams looking a little sloppy to say the least, but the Gators have brought that lead back up to 7. As they look for their second win in 3 games. Gators game tomorrow versus Greensburg-Salem has been postponed, so the next matchup for them is on the road at McKeesport Friday. They suffered, the Gators did, a 44-32 loss to them earlier this season. And a good job defensively thus far for the Gators. Talk about a team that had been allowing second most points in 5A, and they've certainly played a tough schedule, but giving up an average of 55 points a game. So far, just 11 through about 12 minutes of play. And they have generated just an incredible amount of turnovers here in this one. So Marina Grado continuing to pick up where she left off. Margolis, another missed shot from the perimeter. She's getting the looks, though. See if those start to fall. Now a drive inside, and a hook shot off the mark there. Franklin Regional gets it taken away. Once again, Avery Musto unable to put that one down. And so now Grado and company with 3.5 left here in the half, trying to build on that 7-point advantage. Another open look from the perimeter, and that one's good. Jayla Oliver with 2 3-point shots. Panthers can't respond at the other end. They'll get the offensive rebound. It's out to Fulton. Again, Fulton gets it stripped away, and it's Grado. Gonna split 2 defenders, and that one's dribbles in. A beautiful take there. Grado into double figures now in the first half for the second time in 3 games. Penrod tries to answer at the other end with a big 3. That shot no good. Even when the Panthers have gotten the looks, they haven't been able to put them away.
In for the Panthers, James. Back for the Gators, number 55, Gabrielle Kia. In for the Panthers.
Some more substitutions. Panthers looking to try and go to the bench to get some sort of spark. Both offensively and defensively, just struggling here against the Gators early, who are imposing their will. Margolis drives baseline, kicks it out. Grado unable to put that one home. Now a player knocked to the ground. We get a travel call against the Panthers. I don't know about that one. I think they're arguing that the Panthers player's knee came up as they passed the ball out. I think the Gators might have gotten a break on that one, but they'll take it. It's been all Gators here in the early going. Led 14-9 after one. And now have outscored Franklin Regional 9-2 here in the second quarter as Grado again goes baseline, draws the foul. Will get herself to the line.
Panther foul, number 4, Sarah Penrod. Grado at the line.
She's got the touch tonight. 2 for 3 now from the line as that one rattles around for a good bit before finding its home inside the cylinder.
For the Panthers. White back for the Gators.
So the Gators now have their largest lead of the evening with 13. Grado can move it to 14 here with a made free throw. That one, nothing but net. So now 12 points for the 5'5 junior.
Oliver back in for the Gators.
So the Panthers go to work. Their work is cut out for them. Down 14 points here, under 2 minutes left in our first half of play. And what should be a really fun doubleheader tonight is a banked-in 3 there to cut the bleeding. Brooke Shermer, her first points of the evening, and my goodness, did the Panthers need that. That brings them back to 11. It's a high pass from Margolis. She's able to go up and get that. Good ball movement, good movement in general again by the Gators, but they'll cough this one up. Now Shermer able to dribble away from 3 Gators. She's got some handles, gets it to Penrod. Penrod goes inside quickly. And that one just off the mark, but it'll go out last off of the Gators, and we'll stay here.
Number 44.
Nyla Jordan saw that one hit her shoe and go out of bounds. Just a minute 19 left here in half number 1. We'll step aside once it ends for about 10 minutes. And then we'll have half number 2. 2-on-1. Jayla Oliver tries to leave that one, but a good hustle coming back the other way. Angelina Brush able to get on her high horse and break up the easy layup for Anela Jordan. Grado got a second to rest. She's back in with a minute 10. And they'll inbound it to her. Nice look there. Unable to go for Amaya White. Now here come Penrod and company. Panthers have gotten some looks from 3. That one isn't going to go. Second offensive rebound.
Keogh for 2.
As Keogh gets her first bucket of the evening. She has a couple offensive rebounds, and that's been sorely needed as the Panthers have been getting out-rebounded. Keogh and Fulton providing a little bit of interior depth for a Gators team that doesn't have the most size inside, but inside it certainly has made up for it. Curtis Williams has his squad playing tenacious defense here, and now with 22.9 seconds left, you'd think they will hold for the last shot here, but maybe not. They get an open look, and Grado very nearly puts that one away. Now she hustles back to try and stop Penrod on the other end. A beautiful block by Margolis, and now here comes Gateway. A 2-on-1. Margolis going to take it herself. That one's no good. The Euro step, now a held ball. Coaching staff for the Panthers can't believe they're not getting more calls. 7 personal fouls against the Gators, 6 overall against Franklin Regional thus far. And those conversations boiling over a little bit. See if we do have a technical foul here. against Franklin Regional. Head coach Bernie Puka getting irate over the calls here early in this one, and now the officials will have a conference with just 5.5 seconds left here. The Gators, for the second week in a row, going to carry a lead into the half. Now, they had some real trouble. They took a 20-point lead into the half against Penn Hills, saw that dwindle into single digits, but ultimately held on and won by 10 for their first win of the season. A second win here would move them to 2-3 in the section. And just a little bit behind the fourth place squad, as a held ball is going to end the first half here.
With a score, Gateway 25.
So the Gators come out and take care of business in the first half for a team that averages less than 40 points a game. They've got 25 here in the first half. And so we will head into the break with the Gators up by 9. Stick around. We'll step aside for about 10 minutes. Bring you back with the second half of action here between Franklin Regional and Gateway as the Gators lead 25-16 here on NFHS. Welcome back. Just about a minute away from starting half number 2 here on NFHS. Thank you everyone for joining us. And Trousseau here on your call tonight. We have the girls here first. The guys up at 7:30. We're through one half of play here with the Gators taking care of business thus far, 25-16. Marina Grado with 12 points leading all scorers, 5 points apiece for a couple different Gators. Lexi Margolis and Jayla Oliver, 2 points for Mia Johnson, and a free throw made by Amaya White. That's your scoring for the Gators on the other side. 4 points apiece for 2 different Panthers for Franklin Regional. Sarah Penrod, as well as Torin Fulton. 3 points apiece for both Brooke Shermer. And also knocking down a tray, Avery Musto. And then 2 points for Gabrielle Cow, who came in late in that first half. A couple offensive rebounds and a putback. And so that's where we stand. Gators looking for that all-important second win in section play to move into that conversation for that number 4 seed. Gators enter into this one 1-6 on the season, 1-3 in section play. Franklin Regional 1-4 in section play, 5-7 overall. We're back in action here. Thank you everyone for joining us. And the Gators will go to work and start with the ball. Good chip there. That ball out of bounds, though, unable to be corralled. Sophia Reitz. Margolis gets it inside. That one no good, but a good offensive rebound and a foul there. As hesitating for just a second there was Mia Johnson to draw the foul. And so she'll head to the line.
Foul was on 33, Wrights.
Now Wrights with her 3rd foul. Johnson also has 3 fouls, but on the right end of that one.
Johnson shooting
her first
2.
free throw, a little strong there. We'll see what kind of halftime adjustments both of these teams made. Looked like early there on that first possession. Panthers staying in that 2-3 zone. As neither free throw able to go down for Johnson. The half-court pressure continues to be a big issue as the turnover here. Good fake there. Ball's still loose underneath. And Johnson able to atone for the 2 missed free throws. She'll put that one back up and in. And the first points of the half go for the Gators. Johnson now with 4 points. That's better ball movement there by the Panthers. Gets them into the half court for the first time here against the zone defense from Gateway as well. Neither team playing straight up. Trying to force long passes and bad shots. there. Good job by Margolis. She tries to go coast to coast, and she's able to lay that one up and in. A beautiful behind-the-back dribble there to get away from the defender, create a little separation, and then just able to get that touch off the glass with the left hand. Now again, pressure and a held ball. As the Gators just look a step faster and a little more physical. As they've built this lead back up to 13 at its height.
Number 22, Aubrey Lovelace, is into the Gator lineup.
At its height, it was 14, so if they get a stop here, they've got a chance to build their largest lead of the evening.
Gator foul, number 3, Jayla Oliver.
So the foul there, as you hear, on Jayla Oliver. That's her first of the game. First foul on the Gators here in the second half. That one on the floor, so no free throws. And the Panthers able to get an open look, but even when they have been able to get open looks, they just have not been able to knock them down. Ice cold from the field. The Panthers have had a little bit of depth scoring this year. Now pass up to Grado. She's wide open, but misses the layup and the putback. Up and good. The athletic play there from sophomore Aubrey Lovelace. Got herself into the right position, put that one in. Her first points. Now another turnover. Margolis with it now. Over to Grado. She pulls the trigger. That one just a little short, but a good look there. And it is the Gators' largest lead of the evening, 15. They fell asleep a little bit there, allowed the back end of the defense to break down a little bit. Olivia Wardorf able to put that one home. Her first points of the evening for number 14. So we'll get a timeout. The lead sitting at 13. So Gators have built a little bit of separation. More than anything, they have done an excellent job of generating turnovers, turning them into transition buckets, or at least opportunities. Think about all the open looks the Gators haven't gotten to go down. This lead could be that much wider. They've certainly done their work defensively. Again, almost halfway through, not quite, but getting closer to halfway through this third quarter. So 2.5 quarters of play, just 18 points surrendered overall. If the Gators keep this up, they will get that second win in section play to nip at the heels of fourth place in the section against the likes of McKeesport, Woodland Hills, Latrobe, and Greensburg-Salem, who sits at 2-1. So they both have 2 wins with Greensburg-Salem and Gateway, but obviously Greensburg-Salem would have a couple games in hand. Those two teams were set to meet tomorrow night. That game postponed. Hopefully will get made up here in short order. As coming across the court there, nearly intercepting Sarah Penrod, unable to come up with that one. And so Gators will keep possession here, up 13. Still facing this 2-3 zone. Good drive there. Up off the glass, and beautiful finish with the left hand.
Oliver.
Jayla Oliver. Now Oliver with 7 points. The lead back up to 15. Panthers go quick the other way. They'll get an open look. That one sailed over top, though. And now Grado going to pull the trigger again. She's been so close. She'll generate another opportunity there. And again, drawing the foul is Mia Johnson. So good possession there for the Gators, even if it
After
doesn't end up
foul,
with a
number
bucket.
13, Sophia Yanaga.
And so Yanaga is called for the foul. That'll be her first. Johnson will head to the line, see if she can knock her first one
Johnson at the line. Number 24.
She has struggled tonight. 4 points overall, but now 0 for 3 from the free throw line.
Back for the Gators.
Johnson second, also no good. Margolis able to apply pressure though, and that ball thrown away momentarily. Diving effort there to keep the ball in, and then a foul along the sidelines there. Along the boundary. So Oliver picks up her second. Both teams with 2 team fouls here midway through the third. Panthers looking for an open look. They'll get a jumper from the baseline. That one up and down. A nice shot there by Sophia Wright. First 2 points for Wright. We get a foul now. Sarah Penrod with a push there. Penrod's second on the evening.
Is back along with Jordan for the Gators.
So a couple familiar faces checking in. Amaya White, Anayla Jordan. Lexi Margolis loses the handle there. One of the few times we've seen that. Down to the 5'8" senior guard who has been incredibly consistent. Gators have done a good job in this contest taking care of the ball. And there's a travel there. And again, the pressure right around half court. Unbearable for the Panthers. Yet another turnover. And while the Gators haven't blown anyone out of the water with their ability to score the basketball, this 13-point lead sure seems like a lot more than 13 when you think about how well this defense has played. Good job there. Not diving after the ball. Out of bounds. As Anayla Jordan understanding that that ball stays with the Gators. Jordan with a little limp in her step. Margolis forces that one up there. See who this one goes to. That one out off of the Gators. Panthers basketball. Margolis with the turnover. Had it underneath. That one taken away. Big time defensive play for the Panthers. As it looked like Anayla Jordan was going to have an easy layup. Now here come the Panthers the other way, and that one hits off of Grado. Goes out of bounds. Again, a quiet second half for Grado. Has taken a few perimeter jump shots, but hasn't generated the same amount of turnovers around half court, which hard to replicate a half like that. Just an incredible effort by the junior. Still leads all scorers with 12. Open look from the corner. That's a three-point shot to bring it back to 10.
Musto for three.
Avery Musto. Her second three-point bucket. See if the Gators can gain a few back here. Margolis gets taken down. Now it's Musto coming back the other way. See if the Panthers can get this back to single digits. Musto falls. They'll work it over to her. Fakes the three. Gets inside, and that ball swatted away, but a little bit of contact will send Musto to the line. really good effort there, and it looked like at the conclusion of that White may have just made a little bit of contact. So that will result in 2 free throws for the visiting Panthers in the navy blue and Vegas gold.
Musto at the line.
So Musto will have one more opportunity to get this back to single digits, and saw this last week against Penn Hills, a Gators team that struggled to keep that pedal to the metal with a lead. They were up 20 on Penn Hills at the break. Just allowed the Indians to creep back into that. Now, credit where credit's due. They closed the door ultimately. It'll be interesting to see how the team responds. Seeing the lead that was as much as 15 dwindle down to 9. Now it's the Gators that throw it away. An open look from 3, and that's good. Big bucket there. Timeout for the Gators after Angelina Brush knocks down her first jumper of the game. Don't look now, but just a 6-point game here with a lot of time left in this one. Still 10 minutes of action in total. So strap in, everyone. We have ourselves what is shaping up to potentially be a really good finish here. Take a look at some of the other standings here in 5A. Chartiers Valley, the odds-on favorite, but they just escaped with a very narrow 4-point win. So don't sleep on the Moon Tigers there in second. South Fayette, part of that 10-win club. And we look at Section 2. Hampton, Mars, Indiana, and Armstrong creating some heavy separation. And Trinity, as we know, a team to keep an eye on as well. Certainly as deep a classification as you're going to find in the state, let alone the WPIAL. And the Gators understand that games like this against teams that have struggled, Franklin Regional just 1-4 in section play, they're games you just got to have. They know it's going to be tough sledding against Woodland Hills, Latrobe, even McKeesport to some extent. Teams that have a little more size. So we'll see. Big run here. As the Panthers have outscored 12-7 the Gators. A nice cut there to the basket. And Grado will draw the foul call there and get to the free throw line. You have to think if the Gators are going to get out of here with a win, Grado's going to have to match or even exceed that 18-point total she had against Penn Hills last week.
Grado's shooting 2.
Solid from the line. She is now 4 for 5 on the evening. She'll stick at 4 for 6 though. 13 points overall, still leads all scorers and builds that lead back up to 7. Panthers doing a much better job moving the basketball. Good defense there. Looks like that ball was going to be a held ball. Squirts loose. Now Gateway finally gets fouled underneath. Good hustle there by Mia Johnson. Let's see who the call is on.
Ball was on 35. Patberg.
So Alexa Patberg getting some of her first minutes of the evening. Draws, or commits the foul rather. Now here's Grado. Gets it into Margolis. Margolis able to go up strong with it. That one off the mark. Johnson able to flip it out. Now 3-point shot. That one just off the mark. A good look there by Jamela Bailey. Turnover. Now Jayla Oliver with a clean avenue to the hoop. She'll lay it up and in. Too easy for Oliver, who now has 9 points. And the lead is back to 11. Rather 9. Now it's back to 6. A big response. Now Jayla Oliver open again. They'll get it to Margolis. Margolis hesitates. She puts it up and in. So now Margolis with 9. At the other end, it's Brush with 6. Penrod gonna try her luck now, and that one just in and out, but it'll stay with the Panthers here. And my goodness, pace picking up dramatically there. Brush with a big three-pointer at the other end, and then Jayla Oliver had a clean lane to the hoop, dumped it off, and a nice bucket there underneath. So we're down to less than a minute left here in the third quarter, an 8-point game. And now an opportunity for the old-fashioned three-point play.
The foul is on 30.
And that's going to be the 4th foul on Mia Johnson. And that is not good if you are the Gateway Gators, as Johnson at 5'8", just one of the few interior players they have. She's a slash player at guard and forward, but in her place now will come Amaya White. Free throw no good. Good rebound by White. So the lead stays at 6. They'll get it to Grado. Extra pass to Margolis. And again, Gators have gone cold from deep. 43 seconds left. Good handles there by Shermer. And a kickball there. Good defensive play by Grado. Get a foot out in front of that one. Certainly some credit to the Panthers, a team that, with the sheer amount of turnovers they had in the first quarter alone, could have dug themselves an insurmountable hole, but they have stuck with it. They are a few perimeter shots from really making things interesting here. Just a 6-point game. Good follow through there. As knocking that one down was Fulton, Torin Fulton, number 23. She has 6 now, the talented 6-foot freshman. Grado gonna pull the trigger from deep. She hits.
Grado from downtown.
And did she feel due? Had a couple that fell in and out. Now a last-second heave-ho from the volleyball line is no good, but a big three-point shot to end that third quarter makes it 41-34. Grado now up to 16 points. So after being down 11 at the half, Franklin Regional able to chip away a little bit, get themselves back on the peripheral of this one. Outscoring Gateway 19-15 in that third quarter, which was by far the highest scoring for both teams that we had seen. And as we said, we should be in for a very exciting fourth quarter here, as we have the girls game here first. Guys will compete here at around 7:30, depending on when we wrap this one up. We'll have that one here as well on NFHS. That one's a matchup of two teams in 5A Section 3 on the boys' side that have 2 wins. Franklin Regional comes in at 2 and 3. The Gators at 2 and 1, looking to improve. They lost here at home to Penn Hills last week, then and on the road beat South Allegheny. So now they have a 2-game winning streak, but we'll get to that here in due time. As it looked like a travel, it was a travel. Fulton goes down. There was contact, but a good call there by the officials, as that had happened after the travel had been committed. And so the Gators force the turnover once again. We'll see how much they push things. Up 7 here. Quick turnover though. Panthers could get a couple buckets here early, make this interesting. Shermer able to draw the foul there. She just put Amaya White on skates. Good ball handle. Shermer has been really, really good with the basketball in her hands. Just 3 points to show for it, though. They're going to need more out of her and the rest of this squad. They started to get the 3 ball to fall there in the second half. This one's tipped away. It'll stay with the Panthers. Good ball movement here. Fulton will get it once again. Tries to go to her right. Can't get that one elevated quite enough. But she will earn a trip to the free throw line.
Gator foul. Number 21, James.
So that'll be the second foul on Denasia James.
Fulton at the
5'10"
line.
sophomore. Fulton misses her first. So the lead remains at 7, and we still search for our first points here in this fourth quarter. No good, but the offensive rebound put back up off the mark. A good rebound there by the Gators. Jayla Oliver will bring it back down the other way. Get it to Lovelace inside, a nice pass up top. Good ball movement by the Gators. Tough shot there, though, forcing the issue is Amaya White. That results in a turnover. Shermer the other way, gonna try and do it herself. Gets the roll. Didn't have a whole lot of room to work with there, but Shermer able to split a few defenders. Now we await the call at the other end. So it looks like a foul against the Gators. That's going to be the 4th foul.
Foul is on number 1
Amaya
of the
White.
Gators, White.
So the Gators with a couple interior players in foul trouble. 4 fouls apiece for Amaya White and Mia Johnson. So they'll go with a smaller lineup here. Keep your eyes on Sophia Reitz. At 5'10", she'll have an obvious advantage. Or rather, she takes a seat. No, she's in there. My apologies. Saw Fulton check off. As the Panthers have a decent amount of size. They'll get the ball in deep. Kick it out. Nice ball movement there, but that one airmailed over top. The put back, no good. Another offensive rebound. Panthers starting to put it together on the boards. And that one goes home for Yanaga. Her first points, they come at a very timely moment. As this is just a 3-point game. Gators led by as much as 15. They get a good look at the other end, but it's no good. Bounces off a few different players. Jayla Oliver gets it back. It'll get back out to Margolis.
Timeout.
And a timeout.
Gators.
Curtis Williams wants to talk things
Ladies
over
and
as the
gentlemen,
Gators
between the girls
just can't
and
get
boys
that lid
games,
off of the bucket right
we will
now.
have our senior night festivities.
As the Gators haven't been able to score a single point here in this fourth quarter. They've gotten a few looks. You just feel like it's going to come down to that combination of Margolis and Grado. They're going to find a way to pick up a very important second win. Both of these teams trying to stay in that playoff conversation. We'll see who comes out on top here. This one shaping up for a great finish. The game last week against Penn Hill certainly got close, but Gators did a good job stemming the tide. We'll see what they've got in them here. A big test. They'll get it in safely to Margolis, and she'll go to work. Panthers not allowing the Gators to get any penetration whatsoever right now against this zone. They'll get a screen. They'll get Jayla Oliver an open look, and that one in and out. Had a really nice look at the bucket there, but just couldn't get it to fall. Now they'll get an open look the other end. This is one of their sharpshooters, and that one a little short, but a rebound by Penrod. She absorbed contact, doesn't get the call. And the Gators going to try and come back down the other way. Now get it to Grado after the great rebound there by Jamela Bailey. And a charge call against the Gators. Good positioning there by Sarah Penrod. And that's just the first foul on Grado, but it comes at a big juncture in this game and just continues to add a little momentum. Panthers are feeling it here on the road. So they've trimmed this one to 3. Good pressure here. Couple players tie up, good no call there. Ball's loose still. That looks like it's going to be a held ball, or will it be a foul? Waiting for the call. I think we might have a foul here against the Gators. We do.
A foul was on 3 of the Gators, Jayla Oliver.
So that'll be a 1-and-1 situation upcoming as Jayla Oliver was unable to grab any part of the ball, but rather grabbed the Franklin regional player.
For Brush.
So Angelina Brush will head to the line. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good. Now just a 2-point game. Brush now up to 7 points. Make that 8. And it is just a 1-point game. Sarah Penrod gestures as much to her teammates, letting them know they're not all the way back. But they have come awfully close here in a game where it looked like they had every excuse to roll over. Had Grado open in the post. Instead, it's Margolis going to take it from 3. And boy, did the Gators need that one. Lexi Margolis. Her second 3-pointer will give her 12. She's into double figures and out the other end. An air ball off the mark. They'll get it back. Fulton with the fake. She gets inside, loses the ball, and now it's Margolis again. Gets it up to Grado. Grado going to pull this one back out. Nia Johnson almost lost it. Gets it to Jayla Oliver. And now the Gators can breathe, if only for a second. Chance to build on a 4-point lead here after the turnover. Margolis gets inside, but just timed that one up wrong. Now gets it back, and it falls!
Margolis! Timeout, Gators!
Lexi Margolis trying to will the Gators to the win. 2 big buckets to extend the lead up to 6. Nails the 3-point bucket from the wing. Follows her miss, gets the rebound, puts it back. And those are 5 big points to extend this lead back out and put the pressure back on the Panthers, who have called a timeout here. My goodness, what a barn burner this has become for the Gators. To their credit, they have not flinched. Neither team has. This has certainly been a great start to this doubleheader tonight between these two clubs. Panthers trying to cut their losses after starting the season 3-1, losing 6 of their last 8. Gotten off to a rotten start in conference. A loss here drops them to 1-5 and really starts to make a playoff push incredibly difficult. If you're the Gators on the other end, still a decent amount of games to go, and you're 2-3 overall, just a game away from 500. You've got McKeesport next, which is a squad that dealt you a 12-point loss, so you hung in there. And you hope that you just continue to grow and improve with these performances. Good pressure here once again. Gators could use a turnover. Grado went for it there, and it's an over and back. The pressure works out. Grado couldn't come up with the steal, but flustered Angelina Brush just enough that she lost focus of where that half-court line was stepped on it. It's an over and back. And two really big turnovers for the Gateway Gators, trying to turn that defense into offense to get this one done. Margolis gets it inside to White. White turns, puts that one up off the glass. It's just off. And then a foul there. Mia Johnson, for the third time tonight, able to draw the foul, but she is 0 for 4 from the free throw line. This would be a great time if she was able to knock down those first ones.
After foul, number 33, Wrights.
Sophia Wrights picks up her 4th foul. See if she stays in there. Johnson, nothing but net there. Beautiful stroke on that one. Johnson now up to 5 points. Second one bounces around and just won't go down. And there, not a good foul there for the Gators. I believe that's going to be the disqualifying foul for Jayla White. Or Amaya White, my apologies. Amaya White picking up her 5th.
1 and 1.
So she will end her evening with 1 point for the Gators. Now shooting at the other end is Sophia Yanaga. She misses everything on the first one. Always a tough look to airball the free throw. See how she comports herself here for the second one to try and cut this lead back to 6. Second one better, but not good. So the Gators take over. Gotta get the ball past half court. Good job there. Good pass underneath, but it's a little high. A great hustle there from Margolis. A wise veteran move there by the senior to pass up on the 3. Time is the enemy of the Panthers, the friend of the Gators. They'll get an open look underneath. A nice cut. They'll take that. As Jayla Oliver puts herself into double figures, and now we've got a collision and a blocking foul right in front of the Panthers bench, and Lexi Margolis can't believe it. She thought she was able to draw the charge.
The foul is on 2, Margolis.
She'll get an explanation from the official and try to find peace within that decision. Still frustrated.
2 shots.
Big matters worse. Lands Angelina Brush at the free throw line. Panthers are now in the double bonus. Brush, good from the free throw line. Iced her last 2, no problem. Now she's 3 for 3. Really needs this one. So the Gators have opened that lead back up a little bit. She'll get both. And now Brush into double figures with 10. We'll see what kind of pressure the Panthers can cook up. 2:29 left here. Still a good game. 49-42, Gateway in front. Ball is in. Gators do a good job. Now the Panthers really need to apply pressure here. 2:20 and ticking. Grado with a beautiful scoop shot there. Now Grado up to 18. She matches her total against Penn Hills last week. Shermer with good handles there. They'll get it inside. Some contact, but no call. The putback is good.
Bank shot by
Orndorff with her second.
Panthers.
Her third, 6 points. 4 points overall for Orndorff. Excuse me. That's 4 points as well for Sarah Penrod, number 4. So 1:57 left here. 7-point game. As the Gators try and hang on here. Led as much as 15. But have really come out with a vengeance here in this fourth quarter with some big shots, some timely defensive stops, some key turnovers. Big fourth quarter thus far for Lexi Margolis. Couple turnovers forced, 5 big points. A including a dagger of a three-pointer. As the Panthers had brought it back to 1. It was 40-41 after a couple of made free throws. And then Lexi was able to knock down the shot from the perimeter. Forced the turnover, gets back down, misses the layup, but
Will the parents
corrals.
please get ready for the halftime festivities, the senior night.
Corrals the ball. Able to clean that one up as we hear from the PA that we'll have senior night festivities tonight on the boys' side. We'll have that here for you on NFHS, so make sure to stay tuned after this one. Again, we'll take a little bit of a break. We'll be starting a little bit later. Tip was scheduled for 7:30, but we certainly want to see this one through in what's been a really great game thus far. Has a tie ball here, and that's a big one for the Panthers. But the possession arrow stays with the Gators. 1:55 now on the clock. They'll get it past half court. Good effort there. Ball's underneath. They missed the layup. Mia Johnson had an open look. A player gets taken down to the court. And ultimately we'll get another held ball as Johnson's able to get back to that one. Now we have an injured player on the court. Sofia Yanaga. Looks like she took an elbow up around the cheekbone area, but she will shake it off and check off for the Panthers. We get the ball back here down 7 with 1:41 left to play. Panthers able to get it across half court, but now they dribble into the corner. Do they get it off of the Gators? They did. A heady play there by Avery Musto, the junior, as she realized that she was in a precarious position at best. And just decided to throw that one off the leg of Jamela Bailey. Panthers can't get the substitution in that they wanted. Now that ball's stripped away. A nice defensive play there. The Gators have it once again. They'll get it up to Grado, and Grado able to finish, no problem. She adds on to what's been a great evening, up to 20 points now. Nice take on the other end. And a quick 2-point bucket there by Penrod. Sarah Penrod up to 6 points. 53-46. 7-point game, 1 minute and 11 seconds. And very likely this one for the Gators going to come down to free throw shooting. .53 points for the Gators. One of their highest scoring outputs of the season, led by 20 points from Marina Grado. Big night offensively for Jayla Oliver as well. Oliver with 11, 12 big points, or rather 14 big points for Lexi Margolis. So that trio of scoring coming up with all but 8 of the 53 points the Gators have scored. On the other end, a little more balanced for Franklin Regional, as they've got 8 different players on the score sheet. Their lead scorer is Angelia Brush with 10 points. 2 big threes as well for Avery Musto. They're going to need some more big shots here if they want a chance at this one. But it's Gators ball after the field goal. A turnover there. They needed that. They'll get it to the corner. And drawing the foul. Good move there to get inside. Sarah Penrod will send herself to the line, and so
Fouls on 2, Margolis.
it's about the most
2 shots coming.
ideal situation you want trailing in a situation like this. You get an opportunity at points while the clock is stopped. Get a chance to set your full court press on a make. So Penrod pulls this one back in. It's a 6-point game, still not over here. But she misses that second one, and that's big. That pass over the head of Margolis. They'll get it inside. But now the ball gets away. Franklin Regional travels, lifting that leg as Alexa Pattenberg, and that is a costly, costly mistake with just 57 seconds left on the clock. Execution here going to be big. They get it into Grado. Grado consumed immediately, but she is fouled.
Foul is on for Penrod. Grado.
So Penrod picks up her fourth. One more, and she will be disqualified from the contest. And now Grado gets a chance with a one-and-one the other end to put this one on ice. And to add on to a 20-point performance. She has really solidified herself as the leading scoring option here for the Gators, the go-to producer of offense. A lot of times turning turnovers into transition points, as she did very early in this one. Did the same last week against Penn Hills and built leads that, in the case of Penn Hills and hopefully here, ultimately were insurmountable. As Grado, 1 of 2 there. She'll stay at 21. And now, just trying not to foul the Gators are. Grado gets this one up. Gators will successfully get it past half court. They avoid the foul. Looks like they might call the Dogs off. No, they will not. So with 28 seconds left, the Gators will head to the line at least one more time. Lexi Margolis looking to add on to a 14-point performance.
Margolis at the line, 1-and-1.
.25 seconds left. Missed free throw on the 1-and-1. Panthers have it at the other end. Driving inside, getting it stripped away and foul. Blocking foul there against the Gators. Jamela Bailey, the guilty culprit. So for Bailey, will be.
Foul is on 3.
Or rather, they're going to call that one on Jayla Oliver. So Oliver picks up her fourth rather.
2 shots.
This one is still a 4-point game. A couple missed free throws. Chance to make this a one-possession game here. This one is very much still contested. There's a couple big free throws there for Avery Musto, who's now up to 8 points. Gators have really struggled trying to break this press here. The full court pressure now off a make. They'll have to do it again. They'll get it down into the hands of Grado. Grado's able to come away with it. And the foul committed as Yanaga comes over. And now some big, big free throws. Grado has done everything right up to this point to put her team within just inches of a victory here with 14.8 seconds left. She'll have a 1-and-1 here to build that lead back up to 3, or rather up to 5. Even just 1 here makes it a 2-possession game. So the Gators not going to take any chances. They'll pull all of their players back to play defense. First one is good. A big, big free throw there for Grado. Second, no good. 4-point game, 14 seconds left. Panthers have to go quick. They need a bucket. Grado gets her hand into the passing lane. Panthers will drive in. That's no good. And that should do it. One more foul with 2.9 seconds left. Out of frustration, Brooke Shermer commits the violation.
The foul is on to Shermer.
So that'll be her second.
Johnson.
And in all likelihood, the Gators should escape here with a win. Whether these free throws go down or not. Johnson's first is good. Johnson now with 2 makes in her last 3. Make that 3 out of 4. So she now has 7 points and a half-court heave. Almost goes.
That's the end of tonight's game with a
But that'll do it.
score.
57-51. A game that did not look like it was going to be as close as it was. Credit to the Panthers for clawing their way back into this one. But the Gators able to close the door and pick up that all-important second victory of the season. As it's Grotto with 20+ in a winning effort to send the Gators to 2-3 in section play. On the other side, Franklin Regional falls to 1-5, and their path forward looks that much more tumultuous. So that'll do it for us here. We will step aside. Final figures for the Gators. And Marina Grotto, count them up, 5, 8, 10, 12, 14, all the way up to 22 points and a winning effort. 7 points for Johnson, 2 points for Aubrey Lovelace with a beautiful putback, 14 points for Alexi Margolis, 11 points for Jayla Oliver, and a point for Amaya White.